solve, the first problem was 2489, 9605 and 3814. We just put it or arrange them in the place value chart. Then we add each digit from right hand side. So 9 plus 5 plus 4 is 18. We write 8 here and take or carry over 1 to the tens place. Then we have 1 plus 8 is 9, and 9 plus 1 is again 10. We have 0 here, 1 gets carried over to the next place, that is hundreds place value. Here we add that column again. 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 8 is 19, 9 at the bottom and 1 gets carried. So here 1 plus 9 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15, 5 and 1 gets carried over to 10,000s place. Here, since we don't have any digits here, we consider that as 0. So 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives you 1 itself. So the sum is 15,908. We move on to the next problem, the second one. We had 5,806, 1,068 and 8,320. So adding it in the similar manner, we get the sum as 15,194. Third problem, 7,957, 6,438 and 4,357. We get a sum of 18,754. Now moving on to the fourth problem, 1,950 plus 3,780 plus 9,640 gives you a sum of 15,370. Children, if you observe, all the numbers which go on to the thousands place have a carryover to the next higher place, which is 10,000s place, and there, since we don't have any digit here in the problem, the given problems, then we have to bring it down as 1 itself, as we don't have any digits here to add. Now fifth problem, 4,298 plus 8,562 plus 6,073. Here again 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, 3 comes down and 1 goes as a carryover to the next place value, that is tens. Now here 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 plus 7 is 23. So here again 23, you have to have only 3 here, 2 goes as a carryover to hundreds place, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. So 9, this value doesn't have any 2-digit number, so we don't carry over. We just write 9 here. So here 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18. So 8 and 1 gets carried over to the next highest place value, that is 10,000s place. Now 10,000s place value, we don't have anything given in the problem. So what do? We consider it as 0, then add 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. We assume it to have zeros here. Then ultimately it is 1 again. So the sum is 18,933. Sixth problem, we have 7,053, then plus 3,694 plus 5,350 gives you a sum of 16,097. Now here, seventh problem, we have 1498, 2605, 1976. All three numbers have to be added to each other. So 6 plus 5 plus 8 gives you 19, 9 here, 1 carried over, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 7 is 17, 7 you have written down and 1 gets carried. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 11, plus 9 gives you 20. So 0 here, 2 gets carried over, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. So the total sum here is 6079. Eighth problem, 8354 plus 5876 plus 6261 gives you a sum of 20,494. Now moving on to assignment 2, the first problem, we have 5-digit numbers here. 14,743 plus 48,347. 7 plus 3 is 10. I have 0 at the bottom, 1 goes carried over to 10's place, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Now I don't have any digit to carry over. 7 plus 3 again is 10, 0 at the bottom, 1 to thousand's place. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, 3 at the bottom, 1 carried over. Now 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So answer is 63,090. Second problem, 57,890 plus 51,620 gives you the sum as, this plus should have been shifted to this place. Yeah, and the sum is 1,09,510. Now the next problem, 26,391 plus 74,328. Here also we have 1 carried over at the last digit, giving you 1,719 as the sum. Now the fourth problem, 66,779 plus 32,146 gives you a value of 98,925 after adding. And then on to the fifth problem. Children, I hope you have all understood, you have all done the problems as practice problems. Now here the problem is 81,075 plus 53,009. So the total sum becomes 1,34,084. Next problem, 76,394 plus 70,845. This gives you a sum of 1,47,239. Now seventh problem, 15,151 plus 26,279 gives us the sum of, did you all try children? 41,430. Next, 72,358 plus 64,775 gives you a sum of 1,37,133. I hope you have all completed the assignments. Now just to recall what we have learnt in our previous session, we have learnt about the procedure or steps of adding large numbers. How do we do it? We first arrange them in an order, one below the other according to their place values, and then add them. Till now, you were given 2 or 3 numbers or even 4 numbers for that matter, and you performed the addition operation. Now, moving on a step further, we will be dealing with verbal problems or word problems in this session. Verbal problems or verbal math problems are also known as word problems. They present examples of situations involving numbers or quantities. Now, verbal problems, in addition, they help us to apply our knowledge of mathematical operations to set up equations and solve them and to understand the mathematical concepts in a better manner. Now, to understand it in a systematic. Now, steps in solving verbal problems. We need to understand the steps that are involved in solving verbal problems. To start with, see, verbal problems are given in sentences. So, to start with, we divide the problem into segments for easier understanding. So when we divide the problem into segments, it's always better, it's always easier to understand what kind of fundamental operation that are expected of us. So after dividing the problem into segments, you understand the fundamental operations that needs to be performed there. Then after knowing what needs to be performed, you frame the statements as per the understanding. Then have the calculations done in steps on one side and mention the final results. If you mention the final result along with the digits, I mean in sentences, it would be even better. To understand it better, we shall solve few practice problems. So the first problem, there were 26,759 trees in the protected area of a forest. 13,842 trees were planted during Vana Mahotsava. Find the total number of trees in the protected area of the forest. So we have the problem wherein they have given us the number of trees that were there in a protected area of a forest, and additional to it they have planted some more trees, and we are supposed to find the total number of trees in the forest. So if when we understand the problem, we just divide it as what was existing, what was added, and what is the total number. So total number could be found out by adding the existing number plus the added ones. So the number of, to start with, solution, how do we frame the sentence now? We shall first have the number of trees in the protected area of the forest, correct? So that is equal to 26,759. Now we have planted few more trees in the same area. Number of trees in the number of trees planted during Vana Mahotsava is equal to 13,842. Now therefore the total number of trees, what do we do now? We are supposed to add 26,759 and 13,842 to get the total number of trees, correct? So therefore the total number of trees in the protected area of the forest is equal to, we'll have to add them. We'll first have a layout done. Then we add 9 plus 2 is 11. I have a 2-digit number, so one has to get carried. One, I will mention it at the bottom. The other one has to get carried over. I'll mention, I have a place mentioned here. Yes. So I'll have the carried number represented there. So now 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10. I have 0, mentioned at the bottom. 1 gets carried, then 8 plus 7 plus 1 gives me 16. So I mentioned 6 here. 1 gets carried, then 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. 0 again at the bottom. 1 gets carried here, then 2 plus 1 3 plus 1 4. So the answer is 40,601 number of trees are present at the forest now after planting some number of trees during Vana Mahotsava. I hope you all understood how to work out verbal problems, children. Now from the next problem, we can do it together. Yes? Now for the second problem, a cooperative milk dairy collects 15,209 liters of milk from farmers in a week and 16,826 liters of milk in the next week. How many liters of milk was collected from the farmers in 2 weeks? Now, if we understand the problem, it's about the milk dairy which collects some quantity in 1 week and some more the next week. So we need to find the total quantity of milk collected. So for the solution, what would be the statement written? Quantity of milk in 1 week is equal to 15,209 liters. Correct? Now, quantity of milk collected the next week is equal to 16,826 liters. Now, we need to add both of them to find the total. So, therefore, quantity of milk collected from farmers in 2 weeks is equal to, we'll have to calculate, add both of them. Now 9 plus 6 is 15, 5 goes down here and 1 goes up there. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. Then 8 plus 2 is 10, 0 here and 1 on top gets carried over. Now 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 1 is 12. 2 down here and 1 carried over. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So the final answer is 32,035 liters. An Indian cricketer scored 14,025 runs in the Test cricket matches and 15,759 runs in one-day cricket matches. How many runs did the cricketer score in all? See, it's about the runs. Those who love cricket would be very excited to do this. Almost all Indians love cricket. Yes? Yeah. Now, to start off, it's about an Indian cricketer who has scored some 14,025 runs in Test cricket matches and some more runs in one-day cricket matches. So, we are supposed to find how many runs did the cricketer score in all. So, in all is nothing but is a synonym for sum, right? So we are supposed to add these two number of runs. For the solution, runs scored by the Indian cricketer or runs scored in the test matches, test cricket matches, 14,025. Then runs scored in one-day cricket matches, 15,759 runs. Then therefore total number of runs scored by the Indian cricketer or overall runs the cricketer scored is equal to, we have to add both of them. So now when we add this, 9 plus 5 gives me 14. 4 is at the bottom, 1 gets carried over. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 5 is 8. Then next 7 plus 0 is 7 itself. 5 plus 4 is 9 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So totally 29,784 runs are the total overall runs scored by this cricketer. Now moving on to next problem. A public library in a city has 17,943 books in Kannada, 14,635 books in Hindi and 10,284 books in English. How many books are there in the library altogether? Now they have given a few details or number of books of each subject. We are supposed to find the total number of books in the library. Yes, for the solution, children, will you all do it together? Yeah, I think you have all finished it by now. Yes, let me see. Check if you have done it right in the same manner. Number of books in Kannada is equal to 17,943. Next comes Hindi. Number of books in Hindi is equal to 14,635. Next is the number of books in English, which is 10,284. So therefore the total number of books in the library is equal to, we are supposed to add them. Now 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. 2 at the bottom, 1 gets carried over. Now 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, plus 3 is 16, 1 gets carried, 6 goes to the bottom. 9 plus 1 is 10, 16, 18. 8 at the bottom, 1 goes as a carryover. Now 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. 2 at the bottom, 1 gets carried over. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. So 42,862 books are there in library altogether. Children, all of you have understood? Yes. Will you be able to do this problem before me? We'll see. Yes, in an assembly election, 3 candidates polled 32,135 votes, 29,048 votes and 4,951 votes respectively. Find the total number of votes polled. Now for the solution, number of votes polled by the first candidate is equal to 32,135 votes. Then number of votes polled by the second candidate is equal to 29,048 votes. Number of votes polled by the third candidate is equal to 4,951 votes. So therefore, total number of votes polled is equal to, we are supposed to add all these three numbers, correct? So we start from the right hand side. 8 plus 5 plus 1. What is the answer we get? It is 14. 4 goes to the bottom, 1 gets carried over. Then 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, 3 goes at the bottom, 1 carried over. Here also 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, 1 at the bottom, 1 carried over. 9 plus 2 plus 1 is plus 4 is equal to 16. 1 gets carried over and 6 goes to the bottom. Now here 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So the answer is 66,134 votes. I hope you have all understood, children. So for the sixth problem, the number of students of first standard in all the schools of a panchayat is 1673, second standard is 1845, third standard is 1437, and fourth standard is 1547. Find the total number of students. Here the total number of students in all the schools of a panchayat is what we have to find out. So to start off, the number of students of first standards, that would be the statement. Number of students of first standard, number of students in first standard is equal to 1673. Number of students in second standard is equal to 1845. Number of students in third standard is equal to 1437, and number of students in fourth standard is equal to 1547. Therefore, total number of students in all the schools of a panchayat is equal to we'll have to add all four numbers here. 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 gives us 22, wherein we put 2 here and another 2 goes as a carryover. Now 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 gives us 20. So 0 at the bottom, 2 carried over. Now 2 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 gives us 25. So 5 at the bottom, 2 carried over. Now 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Totally 4 plus 2 is nothing but 6. So it is 6,502 students in all the schools of the panchayat. For the next problem, Ramu and Raju went on a tour to northern India. Ramu spent rupees 34,500 and Raju spent rupees 33,900 during the tour. How much money did they spend totally? So the solution, it's supposed to be a simple problem. We have two candidates here who have spent some amount individually. We need to find total amount. How much have they spent? So for the solution, amount Ramu spent on the tour during the tour is 34,500. Amount Raju spent during the tour is 33,900. Therefore, total amount spent during the tour is equal to, we have to add both of them. 0 plus 0 is 0. The next place also 0 plus 0 is again a 0. Then we have 9 plus 5, which is 14. 1 gets carried and 4 goes to the bottom. Then 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 3 is 6. So totally it's 68,400 rupees that is being spent by Ramu and Raju together. Now for another problem here. A flower festival featured 60,000 tulips and 50,000 daffodils during spring. How many tulips and daffodils were featured altogether? So this is also very simple. We have two types of flowers which are displayed in a flower festival, and we need to find total number of flowers including both types, tulips and daffodils. For the solution now, number of tulip flowers is 60,000, number of daffodils or daffodil flowers is 50,000. So therefore total number of flowers featured in the festival is equal to, we'll have to add both of them, 0, 0, 0, all four digits we can have 0 here. Then here 6 plus 5 is 11. So 1 gets carried. So the total sum becomes 1,10,000 flowers featured altogether. Now for the assignment 3, solve the following problems. The first one, Sanmati deposited rupees 3,672 on Monday and rupees 4,678 on Tuesday in the bank. Find the total amount deposited by her. Second problem, Santa's reindeer, a charity organization, collected 76,510 toys during September 2015 and 23,584 toys during October 2015 to gift underprivileged children on Christmas Eve. How many toys were collected by them during these 2 months? So you have to solve in the similar manner, and we still have 2 more problems. A pandemic disease affected many people across the world, out of which many survived. Statistics showed that 1,41,982 people from the western parts, 2,11,697 people from the eastern parts, and 4,95,469 people from the southern parts and 1,67,123 people from the northern parts survived. How many people survived from the pandemic in total? Now, fourth problem. The population of a village is 3,389. The population of another village is 4,893. Find the total population of both the villages. Here, since we are concentrating only on addition, you very well know when you are asked to find the total or overall or altogether, it means you are supposed to add the quantities or the numbers which are given and find the sum. Children, this completes the second chapter, addition. I hope you have all understood. Practice and work out problems whatever is being given in the video lessons as much as possible. Practice few more problems if you can get anywhere else also, because practice makes a human perfect. You will be having a unit test on this particular chapter on 31st July 2020. Till I come with the next session, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.